Hey, welcome to Beyond the Spirits, a Trap Souls podcast. I'm with my co-host Nacho from Verona Ghost Chasers, and we got Travis tonight from Southern Ohio Paranormal Society. Tonight we have a special guest. You probably kind of recognize him on a whole bunch of social media accounts by all the pictures helping out at Fairfield, Madison, and was it the 314 Masonic Temple now? He is not just a handyman; he is a seasoned paranormal investigator and also known as the Godfather of the Fent Box. We welcome Jeff Fent. So, how you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing okay.
So, did that Godfather? I only saw that on the Cleveland Paracon. Did that just come up there, or is that what people call you?
I think Adam calls me that. He has a lot of names for me. I hadn't heard that in a little while though. So that's
Yeah, I
cool.
saw it pop up on your advertisement for the Cleveland Paracon. I'm like, that fits. That fits.
Yeah.
So, um, the host here tonight, Nacho, he's from Verona Ghost Chasers out of PA, and Travis, Southern Ohio Paranormal
Okay.
Society, down in Southern Ohio, obviously.
Okay.
So we do this podcast once a month, and we like to invite a special guest, someone that's influenced the paranormal, just not in investigating, but all around paranormal. We thought of you,
Okay.
so
Very
we
cool.
appreciate it.
Very cool.
So
Thanks for
first
having me
question,
on.
yeah. So first question, we'll get right into it. How'd you
All
get into
right.
the paranormal, and how did it turn into the Fent Box?
Um, shoot, 30 years ago, before we bought a house, we were renting a house, and I had a 35 millimeter camera, and I would take pictures of the cat, or just general pictures of the wife or whatever in the house, and I started catching images on my camera, and it wouldn't be throughout the whole, you know, uh, roll. I would just get one picture here, and the next roll one picture there, and I got to the point where okay, there's something wrong with the camera. So I had a camera shop that developed my film. I took the camera down there, the film. I'd even started using like Kodak, or I went to Fuji, and I went to another one, and I would get the same thing, and I took the images, the pictures, the negatives, the camera down there, and I said, "You guys tell me if this camera is, junk. It's causing this. Is it in a developing what?" And they couldn't find anything wrong. So I would always get pictures of like a hand. It's like a misty hand or half of a torso, and it was always in the family room, and it was always towards the front door, and my cat was afraid to go near the front door. And so when we moved out, when we bought a house, I asked the landlord, I'm like, do you have anything weird going on in this house? And in between renters, do you hear renters say anything about anything in the family room? And he's like, well, he says, I don't really tell anybody, but when I'm in there in between renters and I'm painting, I might see out of the corner of my eye like half a torso float by. And I'm like, no way. And he's like, I said, well, how did you buy this place? And he said, I was in a estate sale. And I'm like, well, did somebody die in here? And he's like, yeah, the elderly lady, she died by the front door right there. And I'm like, no way. And I'm like, so I kept track and stayed friends with the guy, and he was renting it out to numerous people. And after we left, he had a really hard time keeping people in it because they were having experiences in the house. And then it went up for sale, and it over probably 10 years, I think that house sold 3 times. I don't think anybody wanted to live in it. So that's how I got into the paranormal. I was watching Ghost Adventures back then. I was just like, getting into all this stuff, um, and it all led up to we formed a group, and there was a place called the Emmett House in Waverly, Ohio. I don't know if maybe Travis has heard of it. Have you heard of
A
Waverly?
little bit.
Um, the Emmett House was a pretty haunted location. It was on like half a city block. Um, our group started after another group. We took it over, and I became really attached to the place, and a became good friends with the new owner, and it ends up burning down one night, and caught fire, burnt down, and I guarded the debris pile. It was such a vast area. There was an ATM machine in the debris. There was the lady had a business going on in multiple storefronts in that building. And then at night she closed it down. It was paranormal. And so I just had experiences even guarding the debris pile, seeing things, hearing things. And so I asked her if I could take some of the wood beams from the debris pile. And I started building cabinets. I didn't know how to make them talk. So a guy in Texas, he said, I'll make it talk for you. You build me a cabinet, I'll make it talk for you. And all that would come through that box was Emmett House related stuff. The name Emmett.
Wow.
I have another person that has one right now, and still to this day, she can't use it for investigating because it just says Emmett all the time. It doesn't say anything else. You can't use it to investigate. But I just missed the place so much that giving it a voice to talk, like that got me going. And then ever since, that's why I build boxes out of the Hinsdale House or Madison Seminary or FCI, or I made 7 trips to Eloise Hospital with my truck, bringing back wood. I think I built one out of the Monroe House. You name it, I've probably built a house or a box out of wood from those locations, and that's how it all sort of started. So yeah.
That's cool. I mean, they're famous. I mean, you know that, right? I
Well,
mean,
yeah, but it's very interesting because, like, I built a house. I mean, a house. I don't know where I'm getting this house thing from. I built a cabinet out of 7 different locations, and when you fire it up, if you're not asking questions and you just listen to it, you can pick out the locations. You can pick out the Hinsdale House, or you can pick out Madison or Fairfield, or it's sort of crazy. And so I truly believe the energy from those locations rests within the wood and items from those places. I don't know, a lot of people don't believe in that, but when you experience it as much as I have over the past 10 years, you tend to become a believer. And yeah.
yeah. I was just at down at Coco's with Stephanie, and she brought the box that you made her,
Yeah.
and it was cool. I mean, that was the first time I got to hear her box, and it was we got a lot of good stuff out of it. So I
Good.
mean,
Good.
so it was
Yeah.
funny. I mean, I've messaged you before and asking you, so I'm not going to ask you on the show. But I messaged you before. I'm like, I want a Fent box, but so I did the West Theater. I know you're backed up probably like 12 months, so. But we were doing a West Theater, and that's the first time I met Stephanie, and she was like bragging to me, "Oh, Jeff's making me a Fent box, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "I've been trying to get one,"
Yeah.
and not joking. I don't know if the spirits were talking. You texted her that second, "Your box is done." It was hilarious. It just lined up like it was funny.
Yeah, winter months really backs me up because I have a shop. I'm sitting in my shop now in my basement, but I
Cool.
do all the wood cutting, sanding, everything is outside. And like today, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't know, 4 degrees when I get up. I got a foot of snow on the ground, and I just can't do that kind of stuff like right now. So it really throws me behind.
Yeah, I
I
mean
feel
for
bad
everybody,
about it. One day maybe
yeah,
I'll have an indoor shop, but
for everybody out there, Jeff does not 3D print these boxes. Like you look at his pictures, he planes them, he cuts them, he sands them, he stains them. I mean, there's a lot of work into them. So it's not like some of these people that
yeah.
just 3D cut out and there you go. So no, besides
Like
that, there's
like Stephanie's box, I had never core drilled a crystal before. Yeah. That was interesting to core drill that crystal and put LEDs up inside it. I'd never done that.
She was
So
excited.
yeah, there's a lot to the boxes. Huh? What's that?
She was excited.
Which is that's cool.
And you know Stephanie, she likes to jump around. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yep.
So let's talk about your one video that just came to mind because I was talking about Stephanie at Madison Seminary when that door opened.
Um, it was sort of bizarre. It was back in the beginning when I don't. You'd probably have a place. I'm there helping. I'm sweeping the floors. I'm just trying to make it look good. I don't know if there was a group coming in an event that night, and I'm waiting on somebody to get there to. And I'm on one hall in the main building, and I'm hearing noises in the other hall. My hall's dead silent. The other hall's busy, you know. So I go down there. I'm like, what's going on? And then when I get to the other side, where I just came from, doors are slamming, and it was just crazy. And I went back and forth for a little while, and like crap. So I started filming in that hall, and I was actually getting ready to leave that hall, and I just turned around one last time, and you know, the door I thought was opening and shutting. I'm like, can you open it? Come on, open it for me. And the wind was blowing, and I'm thinking that it's just probably the wind or whatever, and it opens up a little bit and shuts, and I said, open it, and it opens all the way up, and then I said, can you slam it? And it slams shut. And what you guys don't see is the guy comes in, Trent comes in, and I show him the video, and I'm like, okay, you go down that hall and you ask that door to open. I didn't film this because I didn't think anything was going to happen. And he goes down there, and that door's opening and shutting on command for him, just like it's normal. And I tend to believe it wasn't the wind. What I witnessed after the fact with him, and then I talked to a girl that was volunteering there. Her name's Letty, and she said that she was handing out trick or treat during trick or treat night in that hall to kids, and she asked that door to open and shut, and it did. So I don't know. It was pretty cool. Uh, Jack Osborne got me on with the Ghost Brothers, and they aired that video on there. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I talked
But
to
yeah,
Kathy. Was it Kathy Sparrow's husband?
yeah, Tony.
Yeah, he was. He's like, he didn't believe it. I talked to him the other day. He's like, he didn't believe it. I'm like, no. I mean, that door slammed. I mean, you can't. Like, it was a good video.
If you think about Madison Seminary and how it's related to wounded soldiers, their widows, this and that, strategic things that go on in that building, that it's almost like they play games with you. It's like a strategy, and I think that was their strategy. That one day was just going to mess with me, and then they did what I asked them to do finally after they messed with me for a while.
Yeah. Oh, good video.
If I'm at FCI working on a place by myself, I've had to train myself not to go looking for something during the time I'm working, because I'll waste I wasted my very first day thinking somebody was in the building, and there was nobody there. So you're like, okay, well, that's really cool, but I can't go look for you because I'm not going to find you. They're just like wasting my time. So you have to get that mindset that it's cool to experience stuff when you're there working on it, but you just can't go up. So,
Let's see. Travis, do you have any questions? Sorry, I'm talking too much here.
We're good. Not right now.
So Jeff,
Nacho?
do you have a favorite place that you like to investigate at?
Um, I like them all. Probably the one that I spend a lot of time at, and I don't even spend time in the house, is the Hensdale house. I spend a lot of my time either up in the woods or down where the hanging tree was, because of what I've experienced there with Daniel and quite a few other people, especially the hanging tree where it used to stand when you come off the main drag and go up the lane before you turn to go over to the Hensdale house. That is a trip. If you know where it is, you need to make a visit to that spot. But you don't want to stop a vehicle there because you'll have vehicle problems. And if you don't have vehicle problems immediately, you will later. And I've witnessed it. I was told the very first time I went there, don't stop. If you know where that tree is, don't stop. Just walk down. And sure as shit. I mean, I didn't really believe it. And then my friend Brandy, she stopped down there on the way up. And later that night, we're sitting around a bonfire. Her car alarm goes off. Her windows are going up and down. Her lights are flashing. It just, and we couldn't get it to shut off. And finally, it went dead. And that next morning, we couldn't even jump. That battery was so dead. I mean, we had to go get her a new battery. So, and I said that's because you stopped that hanging tree. but but the hanging tree, Daniel says there's a soul collector there. His name's Zeb. And if you go down there with a ghost box, um, we went down as a group, a candlelight group, during a 3-day camp out. And the most craziest things happened when Aurora Swanhild started calling down archangels to do battle with Zeb. Daniel's ghost box, you could hear all this turmoil going on and people asking for help. And you could hear this and it shut him down. And then Daniel's box went dead. And as she called down each one of these archangels, I'll always remember it. And I told Daniel after the fact we should have filmed this. It was like I was in some kind of crazy ass movie or something. You could feel the archangels hit the ground as she called him down. It was just crazy. And his box just went dead. And he said, Zeb killed my box. And so we're walking back up to the house. And I said, Daniel, turn your box on. And he said, Jeff, it's not going to come on. Something's wrong with it. And I said, turn it on. And he turns it on. And I think Daniel said, who turned my box off? And this beautiful voice came through and said, we did. And then I said, were any of them able to go to the light? And that same beautiful voice came through and said, we were able to lift them up. So ever since then, that's where I go. I'm down there trying to bring souls back up to send to the light up by the Hinsdale house. And no matter who I take down there, they experience the same things that I'm telling you about that I've experienced. It doesn't matter who it is. But Daniel says it doesn't matter how many you set free and send to the light, he'll have collected that many by this time tomorrow. He's a soul collector. It's a bizarre thing when you think about it, but it's at the real site of the real Hinsdale hanging tree where they used to hang people. So I don't know. But that's my favorite place to go do what I do with trying to save souls.
That's
So
we were just there in October. We really didn't
okay.
get to be outside much because it was a torrential downpour the entire time we were there.
Yeah.
But we had a blast in the house.
Yeah.
And we had a few minutes outside
Yeah.
up on the hill with the offering tree, and then we had to go. But definitely going to take another trip back out and hope for better weather. Good stuff.
So what?
When you're making your
Go ahead, Dutch.
boxes for people, do you do you make the box with the person in mind and to their specification, or do you make them
Have you seen the
by
picture of the
what the
puckwudgie I
product
caught
gives you?
years ago up there?
No, no.
It's
Which one was it?
just make boxes to sell with nobody boxes to sell because I had more time, and they weren't like specific to the person, but anymore, that's why I'm so lined up with boxes, and they're all like personal requests. So yeah, most anymore they are made to what that person wants, or how they see a box being. If that answers your question.
Yeah.
See, I
Um,
think if I was to get a box, I would want you to make a box for wherever whatever the wood is telling you to make. Whatever the spirits are telling you to make that box to be. I don't want to influence. I would want your influence or the spirits of the wood to tell you where the wood came from to tell you how to make it. Wouldn't that make more
well,
sense?
that does happen from time to time. Yeah, I have people that, I mean, I might take their logo and have it lasered into the wood or something like that. But in general, most of the box is my idea, but it's sort of my reflection on what I see that person wanting. I don't know. I just get a feeling for the person. I talk to them for a while before I build it, and sometimes they just cut me loose with no direction, so to say, and it ends up being something that they really like. So yeah,
All right,
yeah.
let's get this
Well,
out there too.
whenever
That
it's my turn, that's what I want.
Okay.
you're after me, Nacho. Come on. No,
I'm way down the road. I haven't even got on the list, but whenever my time comes, that's what I want. I just want it done naturally. However you get to that point.
Okay.
well, I do want to get one thing out there though. Jeff makes a lot of boxes for donation too for the help. Like Adam, you make one for MadCon. I don't know about every year, but you made one last year to raffle off, right?
Yeah, I make a raffle box for FCI Con, MadCon, the Gettysburg Bash, um, Nick and Bree, their deal over there in Fort Wayne. I made one for there. I'll probably make them one every year. Um, Once in a while, I'll make one. Like I'm going to make one for Daniel to raffle off. Um, it helps with things that he needs to do there.
Yeah.
If somebody's in need, like one of my friends who had surgery, couldn't work for 3 months, I built a box to be raffled off to help her out. I do that stuff. Yeah. I think I like helping places.
Oh,
They always
it's
need something.
it's important. I mean, Adam always donates a lot of money, and I've never really talked to Adam personally over the phone a couple of times,
Yeah.
but I always bring him up how much he does for the community, and I
Yeah.
love it. I mean, it's amazing, and same with you, what you do too. It is amazing what you guys do, and people always say like para unity's dead. It's not.
It, it's in, I just had a discussion about this not that long ago. It's like in cliques, like, I don't know. Uh,
Definitely.
our area seems to get along fairly well. There's a few bad ones in the mix. The East Coast has its own deal going on. There's not everybody over there gets along either. Uh, but I don't think para unity, man, I hate to just, in my eyes, it doesn't really exist. It's sort of groups and people that get along. That's that's their own little para unity. There, I just did a live 2 days ago about somebody saying horrible things to a friend of mine. I think she lives out in Kansas. most sweetest lady in the world. And they said, you live a privileged life. You know, they just were saying horrible things to us. So she made a post. She never really comments on it, but making hurtful comments to people really doesn't serve a purpose. And
No.
and in that live feed, I talked about Adam. Adam was talking about probably a month ago about what a gift it is that you're even here, because your parents had to meet each other, their parents had to meet each other. It just goes back in time, and you know, it all led up to you being here. What are you going to do? Waste your time, you know, being a horrible person? And you know, you should be out there doing things for people and making, you know, your life as good as it can be, not out trashing and bashing people. You know, it's like it's not right. So I don't even like hearing the word para unity.
I mean, it's thrown out there all the time.
It doesn't. It sort of exists, but it doesn't. So
I mean,
I don't know.
my philosophy, it does. Okay. I mean, this is where I'm coming from, but just like life, there are people that you talk to and be like, you know, that's not for me. And
Right.
same thing as the paranormal groups. There might be someone that we don't see eye to eye, and that's fine. Move
Right.
on. There's no
Yeah.
reason to bash them. Just move on.
Right. Right.
And it's the same thing in life. Like if you don't get along with someone or you don't see eye to eye, just move on.
Yeah.
It's fine. So I mean, I think parent unity does exist. I'm not saying that's a goal of mine is to create parent unity. I've met a lot of great groups. I mean, I'm going over to UK in June because of the groups I had on a podcast. I mean, it's there,
Yeah.
but if you have a problem with it and the drama, I always
Yeah.
say that. Look in the mirror. Maybe the drama is you.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole another podcast,
Um,
which I will gain
yeah.
or lose a whole bunch of followers from.
Yep. Yep. I agree.
So, I mean, paranormal wise, let's get off the Fent box stuff because it is what it is. Well, Fent box once, I know Stephanie wanted a dollhouse and it just could not happen. And she said you tried so hard.
I mean, I just couldn't picture it. I mean, I could.
Oh,
It was like, and I don't know. It just led to what she has now. I mean, if she hadn't asked me for the dollhouse, then maybe, you know, she wouldn't have ended up with the box that she has now. It all, you know, one thing leads into another.
Yeah.
I had a lady that I bought 3 different tube radios, thinking each one was perfect for her. And then once I got them and started looking at them, um, and I've actually built them for other people, but it wasn't what she was intended to get. So I just built her one. You know, I just created the box instead of buying an existing radio to convert for. I don't know. It's almost, I bought something today that I had no intentions of buying. It's a heart-shaped trinket box. It's so intricate. It's from Japan. It's very old. And I was just going to take the lid off of it, and that was going to be mounted on the outside of a box. Um, and I just because I jumped on it on eBay to look at it, they sent me an offer. I'd forgotten it. I even looked at it. So okay, that's a good offer. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I mean, I can use that. And I bought it, and um, a lady that used to be part of my paranormal group, like, 15, maybe back in 2012, um, reached out to me in Messenger and said, if you still have that, I would like you to make a box with that in it for me because it reminds me of my mother. And she says, I can't believe you found something like that. She said, it just reminds me of my mother. And she was murdered back in 2015. And when I seen that, all I can think about is my mother. So can you please make a box with that in it for me? And I'm like, sure. And she had dropped off the map like in 2015. I hadn't heard from her in years and years and years. And now all of a sudden she's back in the picture, and it must have been the right timing, because she came back right when I purchased that, it's sort of bizarre how things work. But yeah,
Yeah.
I sort of look at a lot of these boxes as they're already pre-decided what they're going to be. I'm just sort of helping make them reality in a way. It's sort of bizarre. I try not to think about it too much, but it trips me out at times.
It's emotional. I mean, you created Barbara's Fent box. It's a smaller one from up here. I think Barbara Allen is their name. But from Riders Inn, she does Riders Inn. But you have some of her mom's stuff in there too. It's she was
Yeah.
telling me the story when I was investigating with her. It was pretty emotional for her and me.
It affects you after a while, because you'll know this happy person that you have a good time with paranormal hunts, and then they ask you to build a box, and they want you to include something in it, or do something special with it, and then you hear their story, and it's so sad. They don't really talk about the brother that they lost, or their mom, or their dad, or they lost both of them at the same time, or or they lost their daughter or son. You don't know those stories, and then so you end up finding out a whole different side of them that you never knew, and over a period of time, it sort of does affect you. I mean, because you're building something special for them, and you stress. I stress out about it. It has to be special, and if I'm not going to build it if it's not special. It has to mean a lot to them. So that's why sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, because I may sit that box off to the side and think about it. I'm like, what else can I do to make this thing even more special for this person? So that's another drawback to my building. I just can't whip them out like a factory assembly line. I just don't feel right doing that. It's not
Well,
what I do.
you're putting your passion into it and
Yeah.
stuff. And like you said, you have sometimes you have quite a bit of help from the spirits and stuff. If you're just going to whip it out and everything, it's not going to have that meaning that the
Right.
person's looking for and stuff.
Right.
And that's what makes it special. I'll tell you right now, Jeff. I mean, I think Nacho and Travis they know me a little bit, how I investigate. You're keeping memories alive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, not going to get too much into it. A lot of people like doing paranormal investigation because they want to know what's on the other side, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Free spirits. I'm about keeping their memories alive. That's why I do this.
Right.
So you're doing that through your craftsmanship. And that's unbelievable to me. So,
Well, thanks.
So, I mean, I know you said you kind of sometimes it takes, but like just in a ballpark, like on average for a special box and everything, what's the average timeline that it sometimes takes you for?
If I can work on it every evening, and I've got free weekends, maybe 3 weeks. I mean, it's if I'm making that cabinet, so I'm cutting up a beam, or I'm cutting up wood, okay?
Yeah.
And then I've got to glue those boards together in different sections, and then I've got to cut that out, and then I've got to glue it, and then I got to cut an inner border for it, and then I got to cut openings up in it, and then I got to sand it, and then I got to find all the parts to go in it, like the bubble glass, the old tube radio dial plates.
Yeah.
And then I got to find all the parts, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to mesh all this together, and then I got to put the finish on it. So then I stain it, and then I put 2 or 3 coats of polyurethane on it, and then I put it together. It's, when you think about it, and I work a normal job, I'm a maintenance guy, and sometimes I have to work a little bit later, or I have to work evenings. And then if I'm helping at locations or doing something, or like the Enchanted Church, I watched that for my friends. They got 7, 8 dogs, and I may watch that place for 4 days in a row. It all adds up into that time span of how much time do I actually have to work on this box. So it gets a little rough. And then I might, like right now, I have multiple tube radios that I'm working on all at the same time, because I can do that during the winter. But building the cabinets takes a lot longer. If that explains
So,
it to you.
oh no, I mean, I was just curious on that and everything, and I know a little bit about woodworking and everything, and I used to dabble in it and love it and everything. But do you ever feel like when you're doing these boxes that you lose a little bit piece of you because you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into it?
Um, no, I'm trying to do as much as I can while I'm still able to. And, I've thought a lot about that. Like in my younger years, I was a wild child, and, just wasted so much time just doing stupid things and going places. I'd go out of town and work quite a bit, which was fun, working on hurricane damage on poles and stuff.
Mhm.
But, the stuff I'm doing now is more meaningful to me. So if I can do it another 5, 10 years, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make as many boxes and help as many people as I can, because I know my time's coming. I'll be 65 this year, and um, maybe I can keep doing it another 10, 15 years. I don't know, maybe 5. I may be gone tomorrow. You never know,
Yeah.
So it doesn't seem like I'm losing a part of myself, spending so much time doing it. But
I mean,
it's what I get enjoyment out of doing is making them and helping people, and I love working on old buildings. So anyways,
it wasn't kind of like meaning that. It was more like because I kind of believe in when you building these devices and everything to help us to try and discover the unknown and stuff. Um, when we put our intent into it and everything, sometimes I feel that we might lose a little bit of our spirit into it. Like what
um,
our intent we're putting into rubs off on it.
yeah. The only thing that happens to me is um, I get more emotional about things, because I'm dealing with death quite a bit with these. A lot of these boxes I build are, hopefully, and there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee at all that somebody can talk to somebody that's passed away, but a lot of my boxes are dedicated to somebody that this person wants to talk to. And like I was telling you, you hear their stories, and over a long period of time, if you hear a story in it, and then it just affects me emotionally a lot. I mean, there's I can't go to funerals no more, because um, I get too emotional. I don't know. I used to be the person that was totally fine. I was the one that held it together at a funeral or something. We have funerals where I work, and if they have a funeral where I work, because it's a church daycare facility, an old Columbus public school that they put a church on the front. And I have to leave. I can't be there. So I don't know. It's sort of an emotional toll more than anything, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll throw this up there. I was thinking the same thing. Do you have like, I guess, an apprentice or anything that, or are you just keeping the trade secret to yourself?
No. If someone wants to know how I build them, I show them. I've had several people. Um, my friend down in Louisville, I gave her wood from FCI because she wanted her dad. He built a like a pyramid ghost box for her with like a at the top of it was a triangular shaped crystal that illuminates. And I helped him and sent him little drawings and what to buy, pictures of the parts. And as he was putting it together, if he needed help, he just gave me a shout. No, I'm all for helping people build their own boxes. I don't. It's no secret.
I don't.
Yeah. No, I mean, some people probably. I mean, I know some box builders that do not want you to know what they do. I mean,
Yeah.
they almost booby trap their boxes so that, if you take it apart, you're screwed. I know one person in particular. You can't take his box apart. If you do, it's not going to ever work again. It would have to go back to him. So,
Oh, yeah. Another question coming up here.
yeah.
Oh, I hit it. Sorry. Hold on. There you go.
Um, Frank used sort of like a different type of amp system on his boxes. He used the Jensen armband radio and he put that radio inside the box. You'll even see on the Frank's boxes where it says Jensen armband radio across the top on the front, maybe. So that's why I use the Jensen radios on my boxes primarily, because I think Frank was onto something. But Frank didn't use noise gate pedals, and Frank didn't use a lot of things. Frank had his own way of building the boxes, and he used a completely different amp setup than me, and he would use a reverb in it. But yeah, his boxes are totally unique. I mean, I had one. It was one of the last four that he never finished. He had it working, and I had it for a little while. And it's totally it's it's way beyond what I want to do. I don't think that I could do what Frank did and make it work. Frank was amazing, but um, but I do use the same radio, the hacked radio that Frank used in his, except I keep mine on the outside. He has his was on the inside. So I don't know if that answered your question. Hopefully it
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Robert Selby asked, Carlos Zuzik is getting good what they saw, Jeff. He can be your intern. I think Carlos is a little busy.
Frank, Car, yeah. Carlo was trying to use a nail gun. Because we're building, I was helping them build the little stages in the Masonic Lodge. There's two smaller ones and one large one, the podium stage, and then there's two smaller ones. I think a chair sat on them, and so I built this whole podium thing. The smaller one had it all built, put together, framed out, sitting on the floor where it needed to go, and Carlo hadn't even nailed one board together, and he's tried so hard. He's trying to use the nail gun, and he tries to use it and it won't shoot. And I go over and I grab it from him and it shoots the nail. And so he eventually got pretty good at using the nail gun, but that was sort of crazy. But yeah, if he's getting better with the saw, I'll have to commend him on it next time I talk to him.
Yeah, let's talk about the temple a little bit. I mean, that's going to open up soon, right?
Um, they haven't said when yet, but they're cruising on it. Yeah, it needed a lot of work. I
Right.
mean, the main room up on the second floor that was the Masonic Lodge, so to say. I mean, that was used for a batting cage. Everything was stripped out of there. I guess there was nets up in there for batting. So they've taken all that apart. Um, they've been traveling out of state, buying all the Masonic Lodge, official Masonic Lodge benches, tables. Uh, they just posted pictures. Robert did of all the Masonic Lodge dishes and stuff. They have a full blown kitchen there. It's a huge kitchen. It must have been, done like that to serve, all the men when they come there. I mean, everything that they're putting in there is like Masonic Lodge stuff. It's sort of crazy. They're even building a secret room that, you normally would not, if you were visiting Masonic Lodge, you wouldn't be able to look into it. They know what those rooms look like. So I'll be curious as to how that turns out.
Yeah, Robert said soon.
Very cool.
So
I'm going to be excited. Yeah, and talking about where they're working, okay, Carlo and Robert and me and Doug, and we're working, we're sawing, and you hear a door shut, and then you hear somebody coming up the steps, and we all stop. We're like looking over. They have to round the corner once they get up the steps for you to see them. And we're like listening to these footsteps coming up the staircase after we hear a door shut. But yet there's nobody there. Nobody ever rounds that corner. And you look outside and there's no extra cars. You go downstairs, none of the doors are open. Yeah, there's nobody there. And that was happening multiple times while I was there. And I've only been there a couple times, So it's interesting the activity that we got just the short time I was there. So I'm going to be real curious what it's like once they have that place done. Maybe all the construction going on is ramping things up. I don't know, but it's a neat place.
yeah, a lot of people are excited about it. I know you've been working on it. I'm guessing Robert's been working on it. I have no idea who Robert is.
Robert's on it like every day.
Yeah,
I've only been up for a couple afternoons, maybe. So,
was it the Scream Police? I've seen them up there for a while helping out.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
possibly.
They post it. I don't know who's in that group or not, but
Okay.
no, it's cool. I mean, it's what you do, and everybody, including Adam, to keep these historic places alive and up and running is unbelievable. So, I mean, how do you feel about that? I mean,
and I'll just say something about Adam. And I don't know, probably not very many, and I don't even know if I should be even saying this or not, but a while back, Adam was offered a substantial amount of money for Madison Seminary. I mean, a substantial amount of money. And he turned it down. He said, that's not why I bought this place. I bought it to save it and for people to be able to enjoy it and for it to be around forever. I didn't buy it to make a profit off of it by selling it after a while. And I don't think very many people even know that he was offered. And it was a lot of money. I mean, I was shocked at how much money he was offered for that property. And he turned it down. So
cool.
if that tells you anything about Adam.
I mean, I've heard Adam talk on his Facebook Live and whatever, and again, I haven't talked to him one-on-one, but it is amazing what he's doing. And he says straight up that he just wants to save these properties.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of
I was talking to him yesterday, and he's like, well, a lot of these places, they don't drop their prices in the winter. They don't do this. They don't do that. I mean, Adam, for a weeknight, he's charging you $150 for FCI or for Madison for the night. Okay. Now, granted, it's cold. You can go out in your car and warm up, if you need to get warmed up. But $150 for a weeknight. And I think he's charging $250 or $300 for a Friday or Saturday night. I mean, and he was talking to me and like, I'm really not making, much money off of it, but I get to pay the person that comes out and gives the tour and opens up. I get to have money to maybe help with the utility bills and maybe buy snacks and pop and different things for the locations. And he says, and I'm good. So if that tells you anything else about Adam, he's like, and he has shoot, most weeks are booked out during the winter. It's crazy.
Yeah. So Travis, how cold is Madison in the winter?
Real cold, especially when you're left for your solo for 2 hours.
It's like an ice box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did an event up there in December called Fellowship of the Spirits, and I invited, I think there were 7 groups there just to get together, have a good time. And we played a game, and Travis got a solo. I think it's Sarah's room, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I blew the Aztec death whistle to let everybody know that it was done.
Before I
He didn't-
left, though, I was told someone was coming to get me.
Oh, but you didn't hear the whistle.
He
No, I
heard it,
heard
but
the
he didn't know
whistle.
that was it.
So
So it was.
before we left to start the solos, it was agreed upon someone was going to come and get you and everything when the solo's over. I'm like, got it. I'm not leaving until someone comes and gets me. So I left to go set up. They changed their mind, and Ryan's like, "Well, I'll just blow the whistle, and it's going to be done and everything." That was never passed along to me. I'm there like an hour and a half already. Then
Oh my God.
one of my team members hopped in because I was live streaming it, hopped in and asked me, "Hey, you're good and everything?" I'm like, "Wait a second, you're supposed to be doing your solo." He's like, "It's been done." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." Actually, Sarah wants our doll. Come and get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Justin watched that video about a half hour before he messaged you. So
Oh, I'm going to get him now.
yeah, I think it's more active in the cold. That's my personal belief.
Yeah, when Adam first bought that place, I spent a week there pretty much primarily by myself because we had to get all the exit signs working. We had to retrofit new exit signs. We had a lot of stuff to do. It was months and months and months, and I got snowed in there, and it was like with the wind, it was like -20, no heat. I couldn't get in the back house. We were wearing those white hazmat suits, those plastic suits. I think you can buy them because they hold your heat. So if you kept moving around, you're okay. When you slept at night, you slept underneath like 10 sleeping bags. But yeah, it got horribly cold there, but it was like extremely active. I mean, I was sleeping in one room and I left the hall lights on like it was going to make a difference, because like I was going to keep the ghosts away or something. And I locked the one door and I could see into the next room over. I couldn't lock that door. Well, I'm woken up by the doorknob jiggling in the next room over, and I could see something going under by the door from underneath the door because the hall was lit, and I was just like freaked out. I mean, there's multiple nights that I was so freaked out to be there by myself. But part of it, I was snowed in. There was so much snow, I couldn't get out. My truck that I had at the time, it wasn't 4-wheel drive, and that place is. I agree. It was active in the cold when I was stuck there. So
I mean, I've investigated that place 15 times.
yeah,
Even before Adam owned it. I got to go in there and investigate a couple more times before that.
yeah.
It was always okay. Like there was some activity. Then we started doing wintertime. Then Adam started bringing a whole bunch of stuff in too.
Yeah.
And it like wintertime just ramps it up. I know it's cold, you freeze, but
Yeah.
it's worth freezing your butt off a little bit.
I had a
Yeah.
blast.
So, I agree.
Nacho, what's up, man? You got any questions here? Or anybody else got any questions?
I have like a million questions, but I don't want to just run everything over. Um, so going back to Adam real quick, we had a team member that passed away last year, and he was with our team and he was with Hallowview, and Adam gave us Madison Seminary for free to hold a benefit for his family there.
Yeah.
So, and he doesn't know me from anybody,
Right.
and so just the fact that he would do that tells you everything you need to know about that man.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah. He's I've heard of him doing that quite a few times for people, and it's sort of, some people are shocked by it, but if you know Adam personally, it doesn't surprise me at all. I that's just the way he is, and he is a hard guy to get a hold of at times, even for me. But he's so busy. If you think I'm busy, he's busy,
Oh, he's
and but he does wonderful things like that all the time, and he doesn't even think twice about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about reaching out to him because I live right down the street, and I know you guys always try to get ready for MadCon and everything. You know, I always see you out there and other people like to help out, clean up, whatever. You
Yeah.
know, but it's
There,
kind of hard to get, like you said, it's kind of hard to get a hold of. So maybe when you come
well,
out, throw me a
there,
text.
there's going to be some projects that we've got going on, and I mean, if you hear that I'm out there, because I'll post that I'm there, reach
Yep.
out to me, and I'll just say, hey, Adam, Ryan wants to come help with this or that, and just probably just say, tell him to come on out. I mean, that's how a lot of the MadCon crew, that's how they started off, was just, they just were coming out to help out, do this, do that, paint, sweep floors, scrape paint off walls. I mean, so yeah, if you want to help sometime, I'm
Yeah,
there. Just give me a shout.
I'm gonna let
Okay.
you know. I know how to use a nail gun. Just letting you know.
Cool. Good.
Uh, no, I mean, I appreciate you coming out. I mean, for what you do, I mean, you're a busy man. I just kind of threw the message out to you, and you got back. So I was like, sweet, you got Jeff Fent coming on. So
And I think I told you, I mean, I might do 2 podcasts a year. I'm not really on podcasts much. So, but I'm glad you asked me. And I'm
yeah, I
glad
mean,
you reminded me yesterday.
I,
So,
again, we try to get people on that are just influencing the paranormal, not just paranormal investigators. I mean, that's
yeah,
what we like to do on this
well,
show.
that's cool.
So,
Good
for
deal.
what you do and help out all these places, and a lot of people forget that without you, without Adam, we'd have no place to investigate. So,
Yeah, well, I don't need any thanks for any of the stuff I do, because I know, like you would, most people would just do what I do. Just things have ended up the way they are for me. I've been fortunate enough to meet Adam, and he's needed help on things. So just everything's just sort of like ended up the way it is. It wasn't any great plan of mine. It just,
yeah,
just like building the boxes, it just happened. And so, and I don't, I appreciate when people thank me and stuff like that. But I mean, you would do the same thing, you'd help somebody. Um, if they needed help, just like you're offering to come over to Madison now. And who knows if, you know, Adam may ask you to come do more stuff if, you come and help,
yeah.
you just never know how things work out.
I just
So,
want to make sure stuff is successful. That's all I care about. So,
yep, yep,
You might have to
me
give
too.
up your podcast to go help out at Madison.
what'd you say?
I
I
said
have
you
to
might
give
have
up
to
my
give up your
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah, I only do like 20 shows a month. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Dan Harris. Yeah, that's just a Gen X attitude. We just do it. Don't need recognition. Just do it. That's what it's about. Helping people out. Um, that's a lost cause in his life right now. So,
Yep.
getting off topic.
Yep.
Take pride in what you do. Help people out.
Yep,
End of
yep,
story.
yep,
So,
yep,
Be a good person.
yeah,
yep, yep, yep. So
Travis.
can I ask Travis a question?
Yeah.
Travis,
Yeah.
where's your group out of exactly?
We're 45 minutes east of Cincinnati, so we're located in Claremont County, Ohio.
Okay, okay, all right. Do you ghost hunt a lot up by me? I'm in Columbus. Do you head up
So
this quickly?
I
Are you
mean, we
Kentucky?
just
Or?
started last year in April. So
Okay.
I mean, the most that we've been, I mean, the furthest that we've been in Ohio was up in Madison in December and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, this year we
Okay.
definitely plan on trying to venture out more and everything. It's just hard. The three core members of us were in the fire service, and we do 24/48. So
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you got to get up in Masonic Lodge. There, Carla's other place, Beale.
mhm.
The Gill House is just about an hour north of me. Vanilla Cottage is a block away from that. I mean, there's a ton of places.
Oh, yeah, Ohio. We was talking about like on a couple other podcasts ago. That Ohio, it has a lot, and
Yep.
there's I still believe there's more to be discovered.
Yep. There is. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you're up in my neck of the woods, give me a shout. Give me a shout.
Definitely will.
But anyways.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Manor's awesome. I love Bill Manor.
Oh, that's. I'll be there next weekend again.
My next one there is, I think, December 4th with
Yep.
Almay Paranormal. I think.
Yep.
Sure, have to correct me on that because I have way too much stuff going on. But no, I love Bill. I can't wait till the lodge is open. I've not been to the Gill House yet.
Yep.
But
That place is. You're walking in. My gosh, you're walking in. Mr. Gill. He was friends with like two presidents. I think Woodrow Wilson and uh, John Deere, Thomas Edison, Mark Twain. I mean, this dude had so many famous people in there. So when you're walking around in there, you're walking into famous people that you've heard about, and through history. They were there. You're walking in their footsteps. I'm not even naming them all. It's sort of crazy. I think Henry Ford drove the first Model T into town and drove it to the Gill House, I believe.
wow.
I mean, it's that crazy with history. So, and it's got a pretty good haunting going on to it too. So,
Definitely have to check that out. We got a lot of people on Beyond the Grave Ghost Hunt. So thanks everybody for joining. Got any questions?
Now's the time. Don't be wishing later that you ask something.
So let me tell you about my lives, Jeff. So this live was
Okay.
created so people can ask you questions during the live.
Okay.
They wait till we're an hour, 20 minutes into this thing to start asking questions.
Oh.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Hey, my number one fan's not on tonight.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
No, she was.
She was.
Was
She
she?
commented there at the very beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, so let me talk to Bill House a little bit. So he brought some stuff for Bob Mackey's. Do you believe Carl is attached to any of that stuff? I'll give you my thoughts on it after yours.
We had some sort of crazy things happen in the basement of the build where some of Carl's stuff is. Where his door is. It says "keep out" or whatever. And then a person that did not know that stuff was there, okay, had no clue that stuff was there. She's standing there and she's got abilities, and she's like, "Jeff, did a Carl live here? Why does Carl's name keep popping up in my head?" And she's standing right there by his door, but she's not facing it. And I told her who I think she's thinking about. They were still reviewing stuff from when we were there, so I don't know what they got. But you know what they're doing with Carl's bathroom, right?
No.
So Robert bought Carl's entire bathroom out of for Bobby Mackey's. Okay, everything. everything that was in there. The bathroom, he bought it. They're going to build that within the Masonic Lodge. So Carl's bathroom, I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling this, Robert, if he's watching. But
I mean, he did
the
comment
way
say
I
that he had
understand
all of his
it,
bathroom.
they're going to build Carl's bathroom in the Masonic Lodge.
That's crazy.
So it'll be like you're walking into it at Bobby Mackey's, but it'll be at the Masonic Lodge. Isn't that
Wow.
tripped out?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's crazy.
So the base, so Bill Mayer basement. This is the feeling I got. I've been there twice since he got that stuff. Is
Okay.
that people just ask about Carl so much? I think his spirit down there is getting pissed because it's not Carl and he's being like forgotten.
So I've been going there ever since Carlo got the place, and something has changed on the second floor. You know, the landing there when you come up the steps,
Oh,
and
definitely.
you're sitting there in those chairs, and it didn't used to be anything bad, and for 2 nights in a row, everything I got right there, sitting in a chair, listening to my box run, was just the most horriblest things. It's just like this woman's talking about, and we have this on video, about sucking or something about sucking her blood, and the devil's going to kill you, and things like, okay, and we have all this on video. Okay, it's Jeff. Hurt him now, and just crap like that, and then you take the box other places in the building, and it's nice and calm and collect, and nice things are coming through. And then the next night you take it back up there thinking, okay, well, it's going to change. Same crap's coming through. I mean, it's just the most horriblest things are coming through that ghost box. And it never used to be like that. So something has changed there. Something on the second floor is pissed that you're up there. It wouldn't let us talk to the kids. Which the last few times been there, we at least you could hear a kid, whether you got to actually talk to him or not. But this last time was just, it was nuts. And then in the background, it was saying, Satan, Satan, Satan. We have the video. I've listened to it over and over, just trying, like, maybe I'm not hearing this right. Maybe, no, it's yeah. I sent it to Carlo. So I don't know what's
Give
going
some
on, and it
growls.
seems to be that second floor. It's right there, that main hallway, right up front.
I mean, that kind of stinks because those kids were playful up there.
Yeah. They're playful in the attic.
Okay.
They're very talkative on the boxes. That one room with the toys on the floor there, I think there's a crib in there, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
Mhm.
know. They were somewhat talkable there, but not out in that main hallway. I mean that's why Carlo won't spend the night there, is because he's seen the child on the staircase when he first bought the place. You knew that, right?
Yeah. He was telling me about that last time I was there.
But I don't know. I don't know what's changed, and it could be just the things that are getting brought into there. It's just like Madison. There's so many different pieces of furniture from so many different places, and it's just like, who owned this? And did did somebody die on that bed? Who's you just don't know.
No.
I
I mean,
mean,
that energy in Madison has changed in the last 5 years. I mean, I don't want to say darker, but it's changed a lot. Like there's a lot more
yeah,
energy there.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, think of the stuff he's bringing
But
in there.
so I don't know what's going to happen when Carl's bathroom is in the Masonic Lodge, but I
That'll
think
be
that you
interesting.
may be going to the bathroom in Carl's bathroom, maybe what's going on. So
I mean,
I don't know how that's going to work, but what's that?
that's a great story. You got to use Carl's bathroom. I mean,
Uh,
not many
is,
people can
is
say that.
is Robert still watching this?
I don't know. He hasn't commented yet.
Okay,
No.
because I don't know if I was
He was
supposed to
just on
say
a few
anything
minutes ago.
about that or not.
Yeah, he said I have all of Carl's bathroom a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
right before you said it. He
Yep.
typed that in there. So
Yep.
yeah, he's still on.
So that'll be interesting.
All right, let's get a generic question out of the way. Bucket list. I ask everybody that. One place. I'll give you two places in any world that you want to go investigate. And Robert's
Um,
on.
Boy, that's a hard one.
Everybody.
I've always wanted, and I don't know why, and I don't really like dolls, but I've always wanted to go to that island that has all them dolls hanging.
Doll Island out of Mexico City.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've always
Yeah.
wanted to go there and ghost hunt that and just see what the hell that's all about. I
Yeah.
don't even know why. I don't like to fly. I'm not going to take a boat there, so I don't even know if I could get there or not. But I don't know. I would really like to go hit some castles up or something over in Europe at some point, but I really don't have any specific place that I want to go hit up. My probably my most favorite place out of every place I've ever been to was Waverly Hills, because of all the experiences I had there years and years and years ago. But yeah, I'd probably just go to Waverly Hills instead of spending the money going overseas.
I mean, honestly, I've never been to Waverly Hills because I heard their publics aren't great. I've heard they've gotten a lot better because of how many people are there. So I've been trying to stay away from that because I don't like doing public
Yeah.
hunts too much.
Um,
Uh,
our group used to do Waverly Hills website, so we got to go there twice a year for free. That was sort
okay.
of the payment. Um, and so we had a small group, sometimes as many as 5 to 10 people. And I just remember sitting on the third floor in the center of the wings, and the moonlight's lighting up the one end. And my brother-in-law at the time, he was a former police officer. We wanted him on the team because he looked at things differently with investigating, which I thought was pretty cool. And we're sitting there, and in the moonlight, we see this dude limp across the hall, and he goes what we think he goes into a room, and we're just like, who in the hell is that? And we radioed down like, no, nobody's up there. So we went down in case somebody was in the building, and there was no door there. Where did the dude go? And then, so we're sitting there thinking about, like, we're sitting there like, damn, like just in disbelief. And the dude comes out of the wall and limps across the hallway and just goes, we don't know where he went. And I mean, that's just one example of one of the, many experiences we had there way back when. And to this day, that's so burnt in my head. If I seen that dude walking in the street, I would pick him out because the way he was limping. I mean, it's just like it's burnt into my brain. I can't make it go away. So Waverly's. I had a flashlight take off in the body shoot. Um, we asked the flashlight to turn on and off. It's sitting on the top step, and my buddy had never been ghost hunting before. He's filming it. It's in the dark. And so we start hearing this metallic noise. All right. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And then my flashlight takes off. It takes off. It goes one way, it comes back another way, falls on the next step, stops in the middle, and then it moves out beyond the step to where 2/3 of that mag light's over the step. It should have fallen. It's just suspended there. And I reach down and grab it because I'm like, oh my God. And like, and and he's like, Jeff, you shouldn't have touched it. And he's like, he's freaking out. He didn't even he was speechless. But we have that on video. I mean, there's just some crazy ass shit that goes on there. Where I'm in the on one of the death trays, shoved in. My brother left me in there. I couldn't get out. And I'm fucking hearing organ music and shit. I'm like, where the fuck's the organ music coming from? And there was nobody around. They all left me there to freak me out. And I'm like, where's this fucking excuse my language. I'm hearing organ music, like off some horror movie or something. I'm like, so I don't know. That's a place you need to go.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Um, I don't know if it's the same anymore or not with the activity. I don't know. Um, there's a big black used to be on the fourth floor. It was just this black cloud mist would come, and you could see down the hall, and then it would just be coming for you, and you just start to lose sight of the doorways and rooms, and it's getting closer and closer, and then you just get the hell out of there. I'm not gonna wait to see what big black does to you when it overtakes you, but that was something that I witnessed there that we were told about. We used to call him Big Black. So
Oh man, I want to have to go. I know there's a group out of the UK. I think next year they plan on coming over, one of the groups, and Waverly was one of the places they wanted to do. So
yeah,
maybe we'll
it's
have to.
definitely try to do it. Yep.
It amazes me because I'm always like bucket list to the people in the UK, and they're like Waverly, Trans-Allegheny. I'm like, you're at the UK. Like, there's so much history over there. Why do you want to come over to America? But they do.
Well, it's been on. So all these places have been on a lot of TV shows
Yeah.
and stuff, and you always wonder about them. So yeah, I can see them wanting to hit them up.
Yeah. Well, I get to live my dream a little bit. I'm going over there in June. So
Very cool. Very
Um,
cool.
so I know I'm not getting a Fent box, but what, like cast iron 1800s soldiers, would that affect the Fent box?
What, the energy from them, or what they're made out of?
Just what they're made out of.
I wouldn't think so.
Someone just found some, so I'm going over there. I'm investigating with her, so I was gonna maybe grab a couple
Yeah.
without her number. No.
And I don't know. I'm starting to certain things I've had to Faraday cloth.
Okay.
You know, like if I shadow box them off, I may Faraday cloth, you know, parts that are closer to electronics and things. I've started doing that on a few boxes that I noticed needed a little help with interference, but I wouldn't think those would affect anything unless
Yeah.
they've got some kind of crazy energy to them.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, like the Faraday box and all that, because I know I talked to NCPD, and they were with their tripwire. They were having a lot of issues with that, with the wires getting too close to the EMF. That took a lot to work out. Okay, besides the famous Fent box, what other piece of equipment do you like using? Or just a Fent box? I mean, it's fine.
I have to think about this. I don't really use anything else. Voice recorders. I used to have. I mean, the girl that I ghost hunt with. I mean, we have a lot of shared items. We have an Ovulus, and we've got a thermal, and we've got quite a few other things. We've got several different Ovuluses and REM pods and different things, but we really don't. I don't use this stuff no more. The one thing that I do like to use is the Lucid amped headphones. Have you used those?
No.
They were selling them off at Menards 2 years ago, clearing them out because Lucid was not going to make them anymore. They're called Lucid amped headphones, and what they were is you could turn the volume up on them, and they would enhance your hearing. It's like wearing a parabolic dish. And so I had bought 8 pair because they had them marked down to $10 at towards the end there. I've only got like 3 pair of them left, but we walk buildings with those. And so we think that we hear, like Jael used to be on Josh Gates's TV shows. I walked to FCI with Jael when we're wearing those, and we got to the attic and we both heard a woman scream. And do I think that we could have heard her scream without those headphones on? I don't think so. But I have a tendency to hear more things like EVPs and things, wearing those headphones, where you're hearing it with your physical ears through those headphones. Once in a while, they'll pop up on eBay for sale. They generally charge a lot of money for them, unless you can get a deal on them.
So
I have 2 pair on a shelf I bought along with another pair. I've never used them because they're all sticky. I don't know what they tried to clean them with, but they do work. But they're on my shelf. I'll probably never do anything with them. If
what
somebody
about
wanted to wear sticky ones,
we use them at work when we go shooting rifles.
but
They're
these are
the
these are the opposite.
but no,
These
but
aren't.
they have microphones in it. They have
Oh, okay.
so they
All right.
take the high decibels out. So when you're shooting a gun, it doesn't pierce your ear.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But they amplify all the other sound around you. Wonder if that would be something. I'm about to go.
I don't know, but we sit in hallways just wearing those, just listening.
Yeah,
You can hear
because when you
footsteps better.
yeah, because when you tap your finger, you put those on and turn the volume up, and you tap your finger, it's loud.
You can hear yourself breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's nuts.
So I'm
So
gonna have to get a pair of those and check those out next time we go
try
somewhere.
it. Try it.
We go to Bel Air House.
If you're anywhere where I'm at, like if you go to the cons, I normally have those with me.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to try a pair with me, I mean, we can walk around with them and see what happens. See what you
Okay.
think. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
Besides, anybody else have any questions for Jeff as he's on? I mean, he only does 2 podcasts a year, and we got special treatment here. So.
Yeah.
Travis, got any more questions for him? I mean, you're down by him, so.
So, I mean, you said you kind of only use the Fent box and everything. What do you think about Ouija boards?
I don't use them, but I think that it's no different than using a ghost box. I mean, you can bring something bad in with a ghost box. I mean, as long as you use the Ouija box correctly, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just like the mirror room at Madison. I mean, everybody says that that's like you're messing your own, like, it's a portal. You're going to draw demons in. You don't want to go in the mirror room at Madison. I'm like, well, that's not why I built it. I built the mirror room to see what the hell, what's going on. It's like a research thing. You go in with good intentions, and I think along with the Ouija board, if you have good intentions and you close it out, I don't have a problem with it. So
You said did you build the mirror room at Madison? You said. Sorry, I was reading questions.
yeah.
The Devil's Toy Box. Did you make all the rules for it?
No, that was Shelly. I think one of them like no sex, no
Yeah.
alcohol. I don't know what else he's got on that. That was Shelly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
2 questions. Deborah wants to know when you can investigate with them,
Okay.
and
Well,
Robert wants to know what is your favorite Bad Bunny song.
Bad Bunny song. Is that because we were visited by Fuzzies while we were there working on the place? Is that why he's wanting to know?
I've never heard a Bad Bunny song. I never want to. So, but I'm assuming.
And Deborah, where's Deborah at? I mean, what are you in Ohio, Deborah, or?
She's with me at Verona Ghost Chasers.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
always in Ohio, though.
All right. Well, I mean, you guys just give me a shout. If I'm free, or who knows, I might even be close to you.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. So.
No, it's cool. I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't heard the Fent box, I mean, I've heard it a few times. I said Barb has it at Riders Inn. I used hers. I was obviously Stephanie from Haunted Havens she has hers with her crystal. They're just different. I mean,
They are different. They are different.
they are different and they're cool. So
And you were talking. What Nacho asked? Did you ask if I use anybody else's boxes?
no, but
I
you that
don't think it.
I do have an FM ghost box that. Oh my gosh, what's his name? It's a nanocom or something. It was um, it's ink something. Is the name of his. Anyways,
oh
it's
the
a
ink
priest.
box.
Yeah, it was a box that was used. The Ghost Brothers used it for one season, and it was put up for sale, and I bought it, and that box is freaking amazing. That's what I use at the Hinsdale House hanging tree. That's the only box I use there.
I think that is that what Mandy uses from Ghost Sisters, the ink box.
Um, I think they're
think
called
so.
nano. I think they're called nanocoms or nanocoms. I don't know. They're really neat for what they are. I mean, if a box works, it works.
Yeah.
I'm not that picky.
Yeah. Let's answer me this: Spirit box, AM or FM?
And the only
Thank you.
place I ever use, I don't set these up mine up for anything but AM.
Okay.
And the only place I use FM primarily is at the Hinsdale House with that FM box. I
Okay.
don't really use that FM box anywhere else. If nothing's working, I might flip it on. Now, the the house Nick and Bree have over there in Fort Wayne, ghost
Mhm.
boxes work incredibly well there. It doesn't matter what you walk in there with. They work so well it just freaks you out. That's the only place I've ever been. It doesn't matter what kind of box you take in there. They work, and they work well. So take one if you ever go over there.
What is that box that Jack Osborne uses? The Portal box or whatever it's called?
Um,
They're outrageously expensive. I know that much. I looked them up. But
what the box made by George Brown, the Geo boxes?
yeah, the
Is that
Geo
what you're
box.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Geobox.
What do you want to know about it?
Ah,
Because
they
I used,
well, besides
what's
that,
that?
they're $2,000. But I mean,
Yeah. What
I mean,
do you want to know about? Because I used to help. I built George 27 cabinets. I was helping put parts in them for a little while for him. Um, there's 15 of them that have my name on them. If you ever run across one, snatch it up. It says Jeff Finna Edition on the front, Geobox. They primarily work off of AM. He
okay.
was using either the COS radio or the Jensen. Jensens are hard to find. They were hard to find back then. I hoard them, so I'll always have them.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
but I have the very first one that he ever made. I have Geobox One. Um, I love the box.
I mean, they
Uh,
sound cool.
it like Carlo has. I traded him boxes. He has one of the Jeff Finn edition ones right now. He may trade me back, but they're hard to understand unless you listen to them a lot. You have to really focus on what they're saying, and as you use them more and more, you're able to figure out. They just sound different.
Yeah.
He used reverb tanks in them from 1970 amps. It's a metal half of a tin can stretched out rectangular shape. They just called them reverb tanks with I think there's 3 springs that go through them. So that's why they're a little rough to listen to at times, but I like them. I'm used to listening to them. So
Okay. Yeah. It's like Spirit
um,
box when you test this. I mean, you gotta get used to hearing the
yeah.
words.
Yeah. I don't know if Jack's ever used the one he has for me or not. Used to see it on his when he was doing his podcast. It's sitting on the shelf behind him.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember.
but I don't know if he's ever used that. Maybe not. It may just be a shelf sitter. I don't know.
Nothing about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess if I come across a Jeff Fenton Geo box, I'm gonna have to take a loan out or something. I don't know. No, it's fine. I mean,
Sometime we sold 15. We took 15 orders on them. George did. We made 15 of them. We sold them for $650 a piece. And I think that included shipping when we made them. And then it's almost like the geo boxes like blew up after that, and then it just started going up, 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 up. I don't. We made 7 geo boxes, and he threw them on eBay. And if you can get a geo box for $1,000 or $1,500, that's a deal. Because the first one on eBay, I think it sold for $3,800. The next one sold, I think, for $48,000. The next one sold for almost $7,000. Another one sold for $11,000. And then the last 2 sold for $13,200 and $13,600. Do you believe that shit? It's like, whoa.
like I have a Geo box, but I can't afford to go investigate anywhere. You know.
Yeah, but if you can snatch one up for $1,000, $1,500, like if somebody has one for sale, grab it.
All right.
Yeah, grab it. You'll never get hurt on it, price wise. If you got to resell it, yeah.
Someone said, "What is the difference between the Geo box and the Wonder boxes?"
Wonder boxes. I know nothing about the Wonder boxes. I'll be real honest with you. I have no clue.
So I don't know. I never heard of Wonder boxes.
I've heard of them. I just
have.
don't know. I don't think I've ever used one. There's quite a few ghost boxes out there that are just using apps.
Okay.
There is no radio in them. They just Bluetooth link up to an app, and when you see them, you're like, whoa, that's a badass ghost box, but it's not scanning anything. It's just Bluetooth to an app on your phone. That's what a lot of people use those type of boxes. You just don't really realize it unless you're with them.
Yeah.
You see a video or something like, whoa, that sounds pretty badass. That's a neat box, but it's actually an app. So
that's no fun then.
nope.
Oh, anybody else have any questions before we jump off here? We're an hour 30 minutes in. No, Travis, anything? No, quiet tonight. Nacho,
Right.
yeah, ask. I mean, Jeff's here. Might as well ask him.
Yeah. I hear Deb in the other room asking a question, so she'll pop up here in a minute.
All right. So what do you think of some of the ghost apps, specifically spirit box apps?
I don't like them because I've talked to app makers, and what happens is when you're using those like on your phone, it ties into everything else on your phone. So let's just say that you posted that you're going to Madison Seminary. All right, now the app knows that you're going to Madison Seminary. It ties into your maps. It knows your location. If you've mentioned and you've tagged 6 different people that are there with you, now that app knows their names, okay, and can use their first names. I mean, I've talked to app makers, and they're like, yeah, those apps are designed to, it sort of like takes control of everything on your phone. It dives into everything. So I just don't trust them. I don't trust those apps. I don't see how. It's not like The reason I use the hacked radios is because I've always believed, like Frank believed, that the spirits are able to grab onto those frequencies. It's energy in a way, and they're able to talk through it. You know, I don't. How do they do that in an app? That's what's always
No.
confused me. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially
most apps.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I said most apps actually say for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
So
Right.
I think they kind of have to do that too, also from a legal standpoint. But I mean, if you go look at like some your boxes, we got a lot of our equipment from Austin Manor and everything.
Yeah.
He helps at JW with the IDC devices stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, just the craftsmanship and some of the stuff that goes into it. And you're going to sit there and tell me my cell phone can do the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say something about Austin. Austin makes some pretty cool shit.
Yes, he does.
I bought some doll eyeballs that will move back and forth. You know, if the doll leaned one way, the eyes would look. So he designed me this little circuit board that reacts off of energy, and it's got a servo on it. And so I'm planning on putting that in a box. So if we get a, you know, like a K2 hit or something, it'll hit that circuit board and the eyeballs will move back and forth. I mean, he did that for me. I haven't done it in a box yet, but I mean, he just like did that for me. He's like, dude, I gotta do this. So Austin makes some pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask this question, but Pennsylvania after dark, how do you get on the lottery to get a Fent box? I can tell you right now, the best way to get a Fent box is go to the cons and do the lottery.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get lucky.
Yeah. Serious.
But besides that, how do you get on a list for a Fent box?
Hell, it's a lot of checking. It's a lot of checking with me is what it is.
So I just have to keep texting you. Is that what you're telling me? I mean, I texted you 3 times already.
Every day.
So I texted 3 times about a Fent box, no response whatsoever.
Oh.
I'm like, hey, do you want to come on a podcast? 5 seconds later, yes. I'm like, okay.
Once the weather breaks, then we'll figure out when we can talk, and then I can get something in the works. Or
Pennsylvania After Dark talking to me. Just let you know he's talking about you, okay?
Do what?
I'm saying Pennsylvania After Dark. He's talking to me, not you, okay? Just breaking that down. No, I'm just joking.
Send him a case of banana cream pies to speed him up.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard that today.
Yeah. I like those.
I told Alme, if they're in my fridge, I'm eating them because cold banana cream pies are the best.
Yeah.
You talked about like stuff, Fent boxes being personal, and that's how you pick a lot of stuff. And that got me thinking a little bit because like everybody who's passed my life that's special to me, I still talk to. So it's not like a certain object or something that reminds me of them. It's just their memories that remind me of them. So now I was trying to think of what can I do for this box to be personal.
You know, if I've built cabinets where all the family members that have passed away, you know, in this person's lifetime that meant, you know, they all meant the world to this person. We put their names on the back. It's dedicated to all of them. We've done things like that. I've done things like that. There's all sorts of different routes. So.
Oh man, that's why Dark's up in the ante. Says she'll make psychic mediums doing seances. I'm not a huge believer in those, but they both said the same thing, that my grandfather is attached to me. Okay. And same thing, he's in the Navy. So, you know, that's the one person that's meant the world to me and still does to this day. I mean, I have his Navy uniform in my room here, so when he was in the Navy. But yeah, if you do something like that, that'd be cool. When weather breaks.
Like Gina, who ghost hunts with me, I made her box, and we made a little glass window in the back, and there's a little area in the back of the box where you can open up the glass window, and like she has a picture of her mom sitting in there, and
Okay.
it's always in there. She can put, whatever she wants in there, but she's always left her mom's picture in there. But I mean, that's an idea. If you have a personal, article that, a ring or, a nameplate, or, if he was in the military and you got a patch, or, I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do with that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So when the
No, that's
time comes, we can talk about
All right.
what we can do. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't mean to pressure you. I was just joking, really.
Yeah.
I am kind of a smart ass most of the time, so
No, it's
don't take
okay.
it. No, it's cool. I mean, I really appreciate what you do and how you take everything to heart, from working on Madison, working with Adam, even your investigations, and into the Fent boxes. I think it's unbelievable.
Well, thanks.
I'm sure everybody who watched tonight, and there's a lot. Not many people watch a Bad Bunny, so that's good. But it's unbelievable. It was great to get to know you. I've heard so much about you. I always miss you at Madison. Sorry, reading stuff. I mean, that's all I got for tonight. I'm sorry, I get a little emotional when I talk about my grandfather too. So,
Yeah, that's fun. I get it.
Travis, Nacho, anything? You guys good?
I'll tell you, my
Had a great
sister
time.
who is on my sister who is on here, Ryan's #1 fan, just texted me a few minutes ago, and she said this guy is amazing.
That's
And
awesome.
I think all of us feel that way. So thank you very much, Jeff, for giving us your time. It does. It means a lot, not only for us, but for the people that are watching, to hear everything that you do for the paranormal and all these locations that you help out at. It's a big deal.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that a lot.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that jumped on. Again, thanks, Jeff. Can't say too much about it, but we're going to end this tonight. We're hour 42 minutes in, and when the weather breaks, I'll hopefully see you at Madison to help you out there. So,
All right. Yeah.
again, appreciate it.
Cool.
And Travis and Nacho, if you can stay on after, I'd like to talk to you guys about something else, not
Oh boy, we're in trouble.
related to this. So, again, thanks everybody for listening to Trap Souls. Got 2 more coming up tomorrow, and I don't know what today is, Tuesday. So stay tuned to those. Jeff, have a good one. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care, Jeff.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
See you, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And stream.